welcome to UPSC Prep. If you want to prepare for UPSC when still in school, you are at right place because our channel helps school students to start prepare early and easily for UPSC. Friends, preparing from the early stage will never hurt you. In fact, it will help you succeed just like most toppers who were determined to serve the nation and started their preparation to crack exam at earliest. Miss Artika Shukla is one of them. She secured 4th rank in UPSC Air 2015 in her very first attempt following the mantra of self-study. Our channel provides information specifically for school students. Let's prepare early. Please like, share and subscribe for watching newly brewed content from UPSC Prep. So, no need to wait. Let's get started. Today, we will cover 4 topics of UPSC syllabus from today's news articles. Our first topic is food chain. Recent study published in journal Biology Letters reported that the plastic has deeply entered the Antarctic soil food chain with potential risks for the whole ecosystem. Now, what do we mean by the term food chain? Friends, food chain refers to the order of events in an ecosystem where one living organism eats another and later that organism is consumed by another larger organism. Each food chain consists of 4 major parts: the sun, producers, consumers and decomposers. Detritus food chain and grazing food chain are 2 types of food chain. You must have read about it in chapter 7 of your class 7th science textbooks. Now, let's solve related previous year prelims practice question from year 2013. With reference to food chains in ecosystems, consider the following statement. 1. A food chain illustrates the order in which a chain of organisms feed upon each other. 2. Food chains are found within the population of a species. 3. A food chain illustrates the number of each organism which are eaten by others. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only. B. 1 and 2 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. None of the above. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Our next topic is Rabi crop. Recently, the Andhra Pradesh government has managed to procure Rabi crop worth Rs 2,571 crores despite the hurdles in transport due to the COVID-19 lockdown and social distancing norms. Now, what do we understand by the term Rabi crop? Rabi crop actually refers to agricultural crops sown in winter and harvested in the spring in the South Asia. These crops are sown between October and November and harvested during February to April. They are also known as winter crops. Wheat, oats, barley, pulses, cereals are some examples of Rabi crop. You must have read about it in chapter 1 of your class 8 science textbooks. Now, let's take up related prelims practice question. Consider the following crops. 1. Wheat. 2. Rice. 3. Maize. 4. Oats. Which of these are Rabi crops? A. 1 and 4 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3 only. D. 2, 3 and 4 only. The correct answer is option A, 1 and 4 only. Moving on, our next topic is National Green Tribunal. The National Green Tribunal has recently directed the Central Pollution Control Board to devise an action plan to curb the harmful effects of pesticides on human health and soil. Now, let's talk about National Green Tribunal. Well, National Green Tribunal is a specialized body that was formed in October 2010 for effective handling of any environmental disputes that involve multidisciplinary issues. It deals with the cases that are related to protection and conservation of the environmental, forest, and other natural resources. Also, it provides relief and compensation for any damages caused to the persons and properties. You can read more about it in Chapter 5 of Class 11th Employability Skills textbook. Now, let's solve related previous year prelims question from year 2018. How is the National Green Tribunal different from the Central Pollution Control Board? 1. The NGT has been established by the Act, whereas CPCB has been created by the executive order of the government. 2. The NGT provides environmental justice and helps reduce the burden of litigation in the higher courts, whereas the CPCB promotes cleanliness of streams and wells and aims to improve the quality of air in the country. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, D. neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Our last topic for today is Human Development Index. Recent estimates by United Nations Development Programme shows that the Human Development Index is on course to decline this year for the first time since measurement began in 1990. You must be wondering, what is Human Development Index? Well, Human Development Index is a single index measure which is annually published by United Nations Development Programme that aims to record the 3 key dimensions of human development. These 3 key dimensions are access to knowledge, a decent standard of living, and long and healthy life. Basically, it is used to measure how development has improved human life. You must have read about it in Chapter 1 of your Class 10th Economics textbook. Now, let's take up related prelims practice question. Which of the statements given is or are correct regarding Human Development Index? 1. It is a single index measure published by United Nations Development Programme. 2. Life expectancy, expected and mean years of schooling, and gross national income are the indicators of Human Development Index. 3. Life expectancy index, education index, and income index are the 3 indices of Human Development Index. 4. All of the above. The correct answer is option 4, all of the above. And with this, today we just scored total 8 marks in India's one of the most prestigious exam. That was all for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for more freshly brewed content.